Stadium Championship Series West is back in California after a chaotic round at Snapdragon Stadium.
Oh!
Ryan Anderson came up big, leading Son of a Digger to the overall win as he continues to chip away at his brother's points lead. Joe Foley shined bright, driving El Toro Loco to the freestyle win. Can he ride the winning wave to an event championship?
Big save right there.
And who will leave San Diego as the series points leader, as only 4 points separates the top 3?
Oh, a big air.
This is round 9. This is San Diego. This is Monster Jam.
And here we go. Oh, he's throwing caution to the wind. He's got 2 in a row, back-to-back flips. Oh, can he get the save? Oh, yeah. He lands it right into a moonwalk. Huge air, and he's gonna make the save. Oh my goodness! With the combination move!
Welcome to Monster Jam at Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego for round 9 of the 2024 season. I'm Scott Jordan alongside Adam Enticknap at Monster Jam World Headquarters. It was a great round last time here in San Diego for Ryan Anderson. He won 2 out of 3 competitions and the overall. Adam, after a slow start to the season by Ryan Anderson standards, of course, has he finally found his groove on the track?
I mean, he's definitely found his momentum for sure in racing, but we are not seeing old Ryan Anderson come out in freestyle yet, and that is something he needs to change here tonight.
And El Toro Loco's Joe Foley won his second career freestyle competitions. He's made some big strides in year 2. What differences have you seen from Joe this year compared to last?
You know, he just looks more comfortable. He's more relaxed. He's believing in himself. He's not holding himself back. He's not nervous. He just kind of looks like, you know, one of the guys on the tour when you talk to him in the interviews. And, man, I really think he's going to be freestyle Foley from here on out.
He's becoming Joey Freestyle. And now let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Leslie Mears, who's with the El Toro Loco driver. Leslie.
Yeah, you're right, guys. Coming off a huge freestyle victory. And, Joe, for you, you know, things have just been kind of about management for you. You said breaking in the truck and just kind of, you know, feeling out the track and getting used to everything. And then you just pop off like you did yesterday. So what gives?
Yeah, after last season, I mean, it was a tough year. I was hurting a lot of parts. I really didn't want to come out this year on the same track. So, you know, I was kind of just playing it on the back burner, just make it through, make my passes, have some fun, wow the crowd a little bit. But after yesterday, I mean, Corey went out there and absolutely burned it down. Chris topped him. Jim had a good run. Everybody's truck was in good shape. So I figured, why not take advantage of it and just murder this thing? I mean, we were going to have an awesome night, and I killed this thing. It was an awesome show and an awesome freestyle.
So we have to talk about the obvious. We saw you on fire. What gives? What did you guys have to fix to get ready today so you could be tip-top?
Yeah, just the transmission. I mean, the fire, I mean, they're a little scary, but it didn't really burn anything. It didn't hurt anything on the truck. We swapped the transmission last night, and this thing's ready to rock and roll.
So how much more momentum does this give you to push it just a little bit harder than you have been now that you've got this under your belt?
I mean, now it's getting dodgy. I mean, I'm on a high right now. I'm excited. I mean, the truck's in great shape, so I just got to kind of stay out of my own head and just keep it rolling as best I can.
Thank you, Leslie. Here's the driver lineup for Stadium Championship Series West. Adam, who poses the biggest threat to Ryan Anderson getting back-to-back wins?
I mean, it's got to be Adam Anderson, right? We're looking for a big bounce back here. He's had 3 top 5 finishes, but tonight he's got to be firing on all cylinders.
Well, let's check out the current season points standings. As we mentioned at the top, it is tight up there. Adam Anderson has a shoestring lead right now with Camden and Ryan hot on his heels. Corey Rummel off to another strong start, and Mr. Consistent Bari Musauer and Colt Stevens are tied with 62 points back from the lead. Drivers compete tonight in 3 competitions: JCB Racing, the Great Clip Skills Challenge, and Freestyle. Points are awarded based on finish, with 12 going to the winner of each competition. And the driver with the most points at the end of the event is crowned the overall event champion. Let's get the track talk. Last round, this dirt proved to be very tacky. There were some unreal saves in freestyle. Ryan Anderson said the dirt was deceiving with all the moisture underneath of it. Now this is the 4th event on this track. So what can drivers expect in racing?
Well, it's definitely been a weird year in the Golden State here in California. Why Ryan Anderson said that the dirt is deceiving is normally when I race here in Supercross, the dirt is very hard packed. It has a little bit of rock in it, a little bit of gravel, and it packs up very quickly. But with all this water that we've had here in California, it's very saturated with moisture. So I expect, because it is a day event, it's going to be a little more hard packed today, but get ready for a tacky surprise at any moment.
Here's the JCB Racing bracket in round one. Bakugan Dragonoid meets Avenger. Soldier Fortune goes up against Monster Mutt. Megalodon squares off with Vendetta, and Thunderoris faces Velociraptor. Round one buys go to Gravedigger Zombie, Son of a Digger of Toro Loco. Ryan Anderson been on a tear so far, 16-3 with 4 wins. Who presents the biggest challenge?
I think it's got to be Camden Murphy. In the last round, he made a crucial mistake where he came up a little bit short. But if they do meet in that final round, I can't wait to see what Camden can do.
Let's go down to the racetrack at Snapdragon Stadium as we kick off round one. And in this first round matchup, it is going to be Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid, Jim Kohler, and Avenger. So a great first round matchup. And before we start the competition, let's check in with Leslie.
Guys, Camden Murphy is really struggling in racing, and he doesn't know exactly why. So today, to try to switch things up, whatever he and his crew chief, Craig, thinks is going to happen, they're going to do the opposite, and hopefully that'll turn their luck around.
Well, I wonder if that was the opposite of what they thought was going to happen. He goes up on 2 wheels all the way across the other race lane, and Jim Kohler goes over. It's already chaotic, and we're not even out of the first race yet.
Man, it is this dirt here in San Diego. It is so tacky right now. I thought it might dry out a little bit. Oh, man. He can't even get across the finish line.
He does not have to worry about lane choice, at least in round two. Take a look at the original Super Glue to the action replay.
A little bit of two-wheel skills there at the end. Here you see Camden Murphy, those BKT tires just hooking up in that dirt. Did you see the ruts just happening? And then right here, same exact thing happens to Jim Kohler in that last turn. Flips on his hood and gets away and doesn't get an easy win right there.
And Camden Murphy almost didn't get across the finish line right there, but he does, 34.476. Next up in round one, 2 young rising superstars squaring off as Caleb Blood and Soldier Fortune goes head-to-head with Team Scream's Chris Kohler in Monster Mutt. We saw Chris last round with a gnarly race as well. He ended up on the roof and had some nice saves as well. We'll see if round 9 here in San Diego fares any better for Monster Mutt. Here we go up onto the berm. Caleb Blood goes up high, so does Chris Kohler. And now Monster Mutt hitting the corner. Caleb Blood clips the pod, and she goes deep. That gives the advantage to Monster Mutt.
It looked like Caleb Blood tried to steer into that corner a little too tight, and then she had to back off of it. Oh, and Caleb Blood on the hood. The tacky dirt strikes once again.
Absolute carnage again in the red lane. Take a look at the replay.
Caleb Blood coming into that last corner. You can just see those BKTs digging into that dirt, and she flips on the hood. Doesn't get the win.
Next up in round one, Corey Rummel and Megalodon up against Mike Christensen and Vendetta. Mike got his first career racing win on this track at Snapdragon Stadium earlier this year, and now he goes for number 2. Up onto the berm, Megalodon. Vendetta has to slow down a little bit. Mike Christensen finally out. Corey Rummel's going to hit the corner in the red lane. We'll see. He struggled in this lane last round here, but he's got that turn dialed in.
Yeah, it looked like Mike Christensen off the gate was a little late on the rear steer. This one's Corey's. Oh, but he makes a mistake. Something happened. That was weird. It looked like the truck locked up or something.
He is able to get barely over the finish line. Take a look at the replay.
He comes into the last corner. It looks like he puts on the brakes. Oh, it looks like he's going to miss the race ramp, so he tries to correct and still comes away with the win.
22.296, our final round one matchup. Colt Stevens in Thunderoris against David Olford in Velociraptor. Both 4 and 7 coming into this meeting. The first time they've squared off head-to-head this season. Colt Stevens already up on 2 wheels. Bicycle out of the berm. He's still got the throttle going.
David Olford a little wide right there, but Thunderoris 1 wheel off the ground, hooking up.
Colt Stevens trying to keep this thing on all 4 BKT tires. Now over to the finish line. Thunderoris big air, gets across all the way wide to the right. Take a look at the replay.
You can see right here, Thunderoris grabbing that tacky dirt and getting in that rut. You can see the shadows of the ruts forming already early in this race. Colt Stevens making those mistakes, but still coming out on top.
Round one proven to be chaotic already. Colt Stevens advanced 21.759. Let's take a look at the bracket for round 2. Gravedigger versus Bakugan Dragonoid, Zombie and Monster Mud. Son-Uva Digger up against Megalodon, and El Toro Loco meets Thunderoris. The fastest time in round 1 belongs to Colt Stevens, Thunderoris with a 21.759. Will Ryan Anderson get another victory in racing? Find out as the streak continues when we return. Monster Jam is brought to you by JCB, the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam. Welcome back to San Diego for round 2 of JCB Racing at Snapdragon Stadium. And up first, it's going to be Adam Anderson and Gravedigger going at it with Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid. These two very, very close in the series point standings. We can see a shift right here after this race.
Both these drivers need a big turn. They need to do good, and this is very important.
Pushing the straightaway there for Gravedigger. Camden Murphy does hit the corner. He goes tight. Adam Anderson swings the truck out wide.
Coming down to the last turn, Gravedigger brakes hard, stays inside, but so does Camden.
Shady side of the track there for Gravedigger. Going to be close here at the finish. And Adam Anderson may have done it on the final push. Let's check out the replay.
The pressure was on. Both drivers performed. Who's going to get it?
The series points lead on the line. Camden Murphy gets the win. 21.112 photo finish. Next up here in round 2, Zombies Bari Musauer going up against 2023 co-rookie of the year, Chris Kohler in Monster Mutt. They met once earlier this season. Chris won that meeting. Bari trying to get a revenge win here. Nice turn there out of the gray lane for Bari as he hits the corner. Chris Kohler slows up a little bit, has to check it, but he goes tight and takes a great angle into the straightaway.
Bari Musauer, a bad angle into that second corner, but he should come away with the win. Chris grabs the pod.
Chris on 2 wheels there up on the pod. That makes easy work for Bari Musauer, 20.968. Take a look at the replay.
Chris Kohler, last turn, can't see that pod. Just grabs it that little bit, has to get off the throttle, and can't get across the finish line first.
Next up, Corey Rummel Megalodon against Ryan Anderson, Son-Uva Digger. And before we start this race, let's send it right back down to our pit reporter, Leslie Mears.
Guys, Corey Rummel knew that he was going to get pushed to the left lane of the bracket, so he watched videos last night to figure out how he could get it faster. He concentrated on the berm and especially those turns, knowing the track was going to be inconsistent and run out.
He's got it locked in right now, but Ryan Anderson beat him last round here, and he's doing it again this round. Son-Uva Digger across the finish line takes the win.
Ryan Anderson in this last corner sets the truck perfectly, hits the rear steer at the right time, left front wheel off the ground, hooking up on those BKTs and comes away with the win.
20.452 is the time for Ryan Anderson. Final race of round 1. Colt Stevens and Thunderoris against El Toro Loco's Joe Foley. Even though Colt had the fastest time in round 1, Joe still gets lane choice here with the bye, and he takes the gray lane. One spot remains in the next round. Joe Foley out of the corner. Colt Stevens as well. They hit the turn. And Colt clips the pod. They're both going over. Oh! Colt trying to make the save. Can't get it done. And it is mass chaos here at Snapdragon. DNF. Nobody's going to win this one. What happened?
So here comes Colt Stevens. I was actually watching Joe, but it looks like he grabs that pod, throws Thunderoris on the hood, tries to make a save. And then here's Joe Foley at the exact same time doing the exact same thing.
With no winner in this race, that means the fastest non-winning driver from this round will get another shot in the semis as we check out the JCB Racing bracket. It'll be Bakugan Dragonoid against Zombie and Son-Uva Digger against a returning Corey Rummel. So Corey Rummel gets another crack at Ryan Anderson, most likely in that red lane. We're down to the final 4 in San Diego. We crown a racing winner when Monster Jam returns. Monster Jam is brought to you by Great Clips, the official hair salon of Monster Jam. Download the Great Clips app and check it online today. We are back with more JCB Racing at Snapdragon Stadium, and we've reached the semifinal round. And up first in this round is going to be Camden Murphy piloting Bakugan Dragonoid, facing Zombies Bari Musauer, who does have lane choice, and no surprise, Zombie takes the gray lane.
Off to a good start. Bari Musauer with the hole shot, but goes a little bit high on the turn.
Even coming into that first corner here in the jammer round. And Bari clips the jammer right there. That could be the mistake that cost him the race.
Into the last turn. Oh, Bari up on 2 wheels. He has to get out of the throttle.
He is trying to push it too hard to make up that lost ground. It's going to cost him. Camden Murphy's going to move on. Take a look at the replay.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. One mistake turning into 2 right there, getting on the side of those BKT tires, lets off the throttle and can't come away with the win.
These two met in the finals last round as well. It is Ryan Anderson and Son-Uva Digger going head-to-head with Corey Rummel and Megalodon. As expected, he pushes Corey to the red lane. Corey has had no luck against Ryan this season, losing all 5 races against the Son-Uva Digger driver. Winner advances to the finals. We get a green light. Down the race ramp we go. And Ryan Anderson comes out of the berm. Corey Rummel is hanging right there with him. This is the corner that could win the match for Corey if he nails it.
Ooh, just a little too hard on the throttle coming out. Doesn't get the drive. Ryan Anderson has the advantage.
Corey went way too wide on that turn. Ryan Anderson makes him pay. Ryan Anderson across the finish line. And Son-Uva Digger moves on. Take a look at the replay.
Okay, you can see here for Corey Rummel in turn 2, what he does is he just hits the throttle a little too hard. The truck spins out and he doesn't get the drive down the straightaway.
20.275 is the time for Ryan Anderson. The finals are now set. Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid up against Ryan Anderson. And Ryan was nearly a second faster than Camden, so he does get lane choice. What about the sun here? We see half of the race track shaded and half of it in bright. Anything affecting drivers here as they're looking at the track?
I mean, it's definitely going to affect these drivers. You're going to have to even more so know where your turning points are because you're going to be driving blind.
Here we go. Winner gets 12 points. Ryan Anderson in that gray lane. He is undefeated. San Diego, but he goes too high, and that's going to cost him bicycle. Camden's got to keep it together. Ryan is still in the race.
Man, something I love about Ryan is he just keeps going no matter what. Camden around the last turn, perfect. Comes away with a big win.
And you call all the play-by-play on that one. You got it. I'll call the replay.
There you go, Scott. I'll give you the replay.
Camden Murphy walks away with the win. Take a look at the replay. I got this one. Ryan Anderson up high on the berm. This is where it costs him. Those wheels come off on that berm. It goes into bicycle mode. Tries to make a save here. Gets it done. Stays in the race. Too much, though. Too little, too late. As Camden Murphy takes the racing win. Big push to the finish line. How'd I do?
Hey, not bad. Not bad at all, Scott. Beautiful job.
Thank you, thank you. So Camden gets his second racing win of the season, and he is on the track with Leslie.
So Camden, you faced adversity all night in that left lane. How were you able to overcome when so many people bit the dust over there?
You know, I've been struggling all year in racing. I don't know what it is. My truck's been hiking up really bad too. We haven't been able to figure it out, but I knew tonight the track was tricky. It was tripping everybody up. I kept getting stuffed in that left lane, but I just figured if I just not make any mistakes, Ryan Anderson was blistering fast. So if I could just make a clean one, hope he makes a mistake, we come out on top, and that's what happened.
So you always say, though, that doing well in racing sets you up well for the rest of the event. How much confidence does this give you, knowing you've got that monkey off your back in racing?
Yeah, it feels great. You know, having these Monster Jam fans screaming and yelling, too, is so awesome. Gives you a bit of a confidence boost. But, no, like you said, this is great. Not only is it a confidence boost for myself, but it's great for points. Sets you up really well, gives you a good spot and skills, gives you a little bit extra, maybe confidence going into freestyle, too.
Should have a lot of confidence. Not only does he take over the top of the BKT overall point standings unofficially, he's now taken over the series points lead by 1 over Adam Anderson. First tonight goes Ryan Anderson in second, Corey Rummel in third, Barry Musauer in fourth, and Adam in that fifth spot. Next up in San Diego is a Great Clip Skills Challenge where drivers could attempt 2 technical maneuvers on 2 wheels, or they could do a donut. Fans in attendance scoring based on creativity, skill, and execution. 12 points once again on the line. Let's take a look at our top 5. Coming in 5th, Caleb Blood gets on the board. Front clip off. Huge popper.
Oh, gets on the throttle hard. A little bit out of control, but definitely exciting.
Barry Musauer in zombie moonwalk action.
Nice job for Barry switching it up a little bit. Tries to get the combination move.
Third place goes to Adam Anderson with a big slap wheelie.
Adam Anderson getting that thing up there. Oh, getting a little extra combination there at the end.
David O for Velociraptor on the podium.
Here we go into the nose wheelie. Getting that thing perfectly balanced and then throwing it into the moonwalk. Nice job, David.
And getting the win, Ryan Anderson comes off the container into an incredible moonwalk.
Ryan Anderson, so good in these 2-wheel skills challenges. Knows exactly when to put it in forward, in reverse, nose wheel it, a moonwalk off the backflip container. Sets it down with ease. And then second move, his signature move, bicycle, turn it in, try to get that cyclone. Didn't quite get the combination, but still gets the win.
Ryan now moves up to the top spot in the BKT overall point standings, and another change in the series point standings. Ryan Anderson currently your new leader. This series back and forth. I love it. A lot of exciting things happening. Gravedigger in second, Zombie in third. Ryan picks up his series leading fifth skills win, and he's standing by with Leslie.
Well, it looks like variety today is what took the win here in the skills competition, you know, and that move off of the backflip ramp just seems to keep working for you.
It's doing good. It's not, I'm not gonna lie, it's fairly easy to go ahead and get the truck set up, and then I'm in control. He's in my ear making sure that not only am I not going over the time limit, but also keeping it spicy. He said, man, you're too smooth, go a little crazy, do something else. So I'm listening to him. All I can see is the dirt. I can feel it. I want to get it back and forth and give a little show for the people, but then obviously I got to go for the bicycle too. So I see everybody hitting the same ramp a lot. It's comfortable. That one ramp is comfortable. I can't knock them for it, but I'm not going to do it. If everybody's doing it, I'm going the opposite way. I want to be different. I want to be the wild guy. I want to be the one that everybody remembers for, even if I flop, at least I tried something different.
Ryan Anderson is looking for back-to-back event wins in San Diego, but still one more competition to go. Freestyle is next on Monster Jam. Everyone in Monster Jam is proud to be partners with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Become a partner in hope and receive a custom St. Jude Monster Jam This Shirt Saves Lives t-shirt. Text Monster Jam to 785-833 or visit stjude.org/Monster Jam to learn more. Snapdragon Stadium plays host to round 9 of the 2024 Monster Jam season. After two competitions, we are in a familiar spot. Ryan Anderson sits on top of the BKT overall point standings midway through the event for the second consecutive round. We're seeing some movement, as I mentioned, in the series point standings, as each competitive point means a lot more. Camden Murphy took the lead briefly. Now it belongs to Ryan Anderson.
Yeah, no, this series has been so exciting. I love how many lead changes we've had and how they're mixing it up and how those top 4, top 3 drivers are just going back and forth. One of the things you really have to worry about is focusing on yourself. Don't get too caught up in who's your competition, because right now you have 3 people to focus on. You just need to focus on yourself.
Well, as far as tonight goes, we have to throw Bari into the mix as well. He's tied with Camden and Adam through 2 competitions. Ryan, obviously, we have to falter in freestyle for any one of them to win the event championship, but who has the best chance to try and take that from him?
You know, out of the top 4 on that leaderboard, there's 6 wins, and Camden does not have any of those. Right now, I got Camden. He seems to be making a surge right now, and I think it's on for Bakugan Dragonoid.
Let's check out the current BKT overall point standings after 2 competitions. Son-Uva Digger up top there with 23 points. Gravedigger, Zombie, Bakugan Dragonoid each 5 points behind, and Velociraptor and Megalodon 8 points apiece behind the leader. Here's tonight's freestyle order. With his win last round, Joe Foley has elected to put El Toro Loco 10th, but you still have Zombie and Son-Uva Digger fairly early at 5 and 6. Adam, so some big players in the middle of the order for Joe to try to sit back and watch what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. Bari Musauer, Zombie, knows exactly what to do when he's early in those freestyles. And Ryan Anderson being 6th, that is going to be so hard to beat. But I love Freestyle Foley, and I'm hoping he can do it again.
Freestyle Foley had a heck of a run last round. We'll see if it continues here. Moments ago, Freestyle started with Vendetta, but a front axle issue is going to end Mike Christensen's night with a 4.731. So Mike having a rough go at it here in San Diego. Now we continue with Freestyle out of Houston, Texas. Colt Stevens in Thunderoris. And for more on Colt, we check back in with Leslie Mears.
Colt Stevens has really been plagued by issues this weekend. He's broken 3 sway bar adjusters in the last 2 days, and he hasn't had any radio communication with his crew chief, Shelby. He said, "You better believe I'm going to go out there and drive hard. I'm a little angry right now."
So you talked about driving blind with the sun being a factor, but talk about driving radio silence, basically, without being able to talk to your crew chief, because they rely on the crew chief to kind of tell them where the landmines are on the track, what to hit and when to hit it.
Yeah, they really do. And one of those things is, like, you can see right here, like that situation where he jumps the step up. He can't look down. He can't look to the left. He can't look to the right. He can only look directly in front of him. So when he goes off those big step ups, his crew chief has to be like, okay, it's coming up, coming up, coming up, put on the brakes, or giving him any kind of notification of what's going to be in front of him, because he can't see that. And they rely heavily on their crew chiefs. Like in that situation right there, got to get slowed down quick. Something's coming up, truck's coming up. They need that, and that is very hard to do without your crew chief.
And Colt's crew chief Shelby Fisher, one of the rising stars in Monster Jam, went to UNOH. Her first night on the job with Colt, all she did was help him win a world championship.
You gotta love that. Colt Stevens got that little chip on his shoulder. We talked about it earlier in the show. Colt Stevens just frustrated with, his season and not getting more freestyle wins after getting that World Finals championship. But a big save right there.
Big save, catches it on VKT tires. That shades of Colt's freestyle run, where he hit back-to-back backflips. We'll see if he hits the Morgan & Morgan backflip right here. He is going for it. This is the first one of the night in San Diego. Colt Stevens sends it flying, goes off to the side.
Oh.
And man, look at that wheel falling off the wagon of Thunder Roars.
The wheel definitely fell off the wagon there. Colt Stevens, a huge air coming off in here, that San Diego floor. Gets a big bounce, a nice save. Look at the way he pitches that truck, stays on the gas here, lets the thing kind of roll over, gets a big save, and then here on the Morgan & Morgan backflip, he just hits the gas a little too hard, over-rotates, gets a little bit of a corkscrew, lands on that left rear tire, and it pops right off.
Up next out of Shaw, Oregon, David Olford, Velociraptor. So with that run, Colt Stevens takes the lead. Big time score for Colt, 9.405. Going to be tough to beat. David Olford riding for Team Throttle Monster. Going to give it a shot. Here we go from one dinosaur to another.
You got to love it. David Olford is one of those drivers that is new to the Stadium Series, and he's really been picking it up. He's kind of been flying a little bit under the radar, but he's been getting better and better, kind of just sitting back and doing his thing. But here for David, we're getting into the part of the series where he needs to turn it up. He needs to figure out these freestyles, and I think he's doing just that right now.
Yeah, he had 2 freestyle wins a year ago on the Arena Series. So he can win this. He's got to get some big air, got to hit a backflip, and of course, he's got to follow Colt Stevens' big-time run. Velociraptor now whipping it back around. Up over the backside of that berm, becomes a transfer jump, trying to hit that pod, comes right back over the arena-sized pod. And now Velociraptor going to make a hard turn here on the far side of the track into the race lane.
He's got good momentum. Definitely needs a couple more wow moments, a little bit of cross-threading right there. Great landing.
Floater jump there for David Olford. Now keeps the throttle rhythm going. Comes back over the same side he hit before. Clips the pod again. And then back up over the pod. Great look at that log. One of the obstacles here for these drivers to try to hit. You got the 8-pack, the Morgan & Morgan backflip. You got the log, the single log. Everything you could possibly want for these drivers to hit. David Olford trying to hit as much as he can in the limited time he has left.
Yeah, definitely a buffet of obstacles for these drivers to hit and throw a good freestyle on.
Now David Olford sliding into the near side of the track. Morgan & Morgan backflip attempt here for Velociraptor. Goes up, short backflip, ends it on a pogo bounce, clips the nose, and backs it up. Successful backflip, sticks the landing, and David Olford now. Check out the super glue to the action replay.
Here he comes into that backflip ramp. He's seen Colt Stevens probably hit the throttle a little too hard. Looks like he doesn't hit the throttle hard enough, under rotates a bit, but still comes away clean.
Colt Stevens has Thunder Roars on top, but will he end the night with a win? Freestyle continues next on Monster Jam. Welcome back to round 9 of Monster Jam. Today's festivities kicked off with the most inclusive pit party in motorsports as fans arrive to meet their favorite drivers and take pictures with the trucks. If you want to attend the pit party at your next Monster Jam event, get your tickets at monsterjam.com. During the break, Jim Kohler took Avenger out to the track, but the truck would end up rolling, leaving 58 seconds on the clock. Great bicycle here, though, for Jim Kohler, and then just runs out of room, clips that pod, ends up on the hood. Now it's Barry Musauer's turn. He brings Zombie out. Barry 5 points off the event lead, so he needs a big score here to stay in contention for the event championship.
Barry, this is what you need right now. You're in the perfect spot. Make a big score out of this. You need to get some momentum up and handle the situation.
2 freestyle wins on the season. His average score 8.637, right up there near the top of the pack. Slow turn here for Zombie. Now coming back on the far side of the track. Goes up over that jammer ramp. Tried for a slap wheelie. Couldn't get the front 2 wheels up and up, but gets some big air over on the backside berm, greasing the wheels on the landing.
Yeah, nice setup from Barry. You see he was a little slow on that jammer on the backside, but then he came and hit the throttle hard and got a nice air on the backside of that step up.
Barry in the past methodically picks and chooses his freestyle run, maps it out, mostly from the start to the end. right now, kind of a little freer this year in what he does. And now he's just going from one side of the track to the other, hitting everything. Sometimes drivers will go outside in. Bari goes from left to right, hitting everything in the middle and trying to find that center lane.
Yeah, trying to use all the obstacles on this freestyle course is definitely crucial because what you're doing is showing the fans something new, and you cannot forget you are trying to impress the fans. They are your judges. So the most important thing is showing them variety and keeping those speeds up so they can see the next obstacle fast.
Nice catch there. Could have rolled it if he didn't hit the brakes. 9.405 is the score to beat. Bari has won overall event championship this year in San Francisco at Oracle Park. And now we see another attempt at the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Zombie goes up and over. Nice landing, gets the back wheels back down on the track, but maybe some damage here, maybe shut off. We'll see if Bari can refire that zombie truck. Little flames going on the back, so that is going to be the end of Zombie's run in freestyle. So Bari Musawwir does end it with a backflip. Crew chief looking on here, trying to get Bari out to safety. Fans now zombie arms in full effect. The run is over. They got the backflip. Bari's okay. Let's take a look at the super glue. Glue to the action replay.
Right here, this was such a beautiful backflip by Bari. You know, in the run, you could hear him let off the throttle, and that's just him knowing the perfect amount of momentum. Unfortunately, comes to a stop and comes up a little short in his freestyle.
Here comes the current event leader, Ryan Anderson, in Son-Uva Digger. Ryan has a different approach to freestyle this season than what we've seen in the past. It's paid off for him in a big way as he now currently holds the series points lead coming into this competition. And for more on this, let's hear from Leslie.
Ryan Anderson has had some burners for freestyle out here, and he's really mastered this track. But one thing he's adamant about, he's not going to do the same freestyle run every time he hits the track. He's working on different angles and different moves, so it's always different every single time.
Thank you, Leslie. Ryan needs to finish 6th or better here in freestyle to eliminate Bari from the event championship contention, so we can take him off one at a time. Son-Uva Digger with the front clip off. Now comes back over the near side of the track. The front clip actually hanging on by a thread. We saw a Gravedigger last round with the door hanging on by a thread. Now the front, the blue headlights still clinging to that Son-Uva Digger chassis.
You know, and going back to what Leslie said about he's trying not to do the same freestyle. Oh, a big air from Son-Uva Digger. Trying not to do the same freestyle. That could be the reasoning why he's kind of been up and down. He's had some just outright amazing freestyles and then also some that were just kind of a little lackluster. So maybe what he needs to do is throw in a few of the combinations that he knows are good and then try to switch up some of the other things.
And he has a great crew chief. He's been paired with Bryce Langlois for a few years now. They've won series championship after series championship. We saw a shot of Bryce get excited after that big air. And Ryan Anderson with seconds ticking away here, goes off to the side, clocked it to the left into a bicycle on the right side, finally gets it back on all 4 wheels.
Nice job with the truck awareness and the save, and the hood finally comes off. I'm sure Bryce is gonna let him know.
Just running right over that jammer ramp, now in front of the Morgan & Morgan backflip, Son-Uva Digger. Ryan Anderson sends it over with ease into a one-wheel moonwalk.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about now. 1-2 punch, big air.
And Ryan Anderson with a bicycle over the berm. Popper gets the back 2 wheels up. Just runs out of room, running out of time, and that's going to do it for Son-Uva Digger. Check out the replay.
Ryan Anderson burning it down. Perfect backflip, just like Bari's. Picture ass, hits those rear wheels, gets the bounce, throws it in reverse. Combination move, like you said, Scott, the one-wheel moonwalk. Beautiful.
9.598, that takes the lead. So Ryan Anderson having a heck of a night. Son-Uva Digger just took the freestyle lead, but we're only halfway through the field. More freestyle is next on Monster Jam. Monster Jam is brought to you by Spin Master. Monster Trucks, Monster Stunts, Monster Jam. Welcome back to San Diego as we continue on with the freestyle competition. And up next, it's Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Loves to do push-ups, wowing the fans after her freestyle runs, gets the fans into it. Really, I think intimidates the drivers here when she does that. We've seen her do that throughout her career, and Leslie spoke with Kayla earlier about just that.
Guys, Kayla Blood said it's been baby steps to get back in the groove. She had all that trouble with her EFI system and finally made all the events in Anaheim for those 2 days of competition. This weekend, she's making her rounds too. She said she feels like she's finally back in the groove. She said her goal tonight is to hit that backflip and then also hit some of those push-ups.
She knew more than I can, that's for sure.
She really can. I've met Kayla Blood a few times, and she is no joke. She is a lean, mean fighting machine. Kayla Blood out here, not only is she lean, but she is fast and bad on the track. Kayla Blood carrying that momentum and keeping her foot down.
Always seems to do well in California. Multiple freestyle wins at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. There's your score to beat 9.598 from Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, at top of the freestyle leaderboard. Kayla Blood starting to feel the groove here. Big air jump after big air jump.
You know, one of the things that Kayla Blood, I think, falters with, but it's why we love her so much, is reasons like that. Can she get the save? Get on those BKTs and hook up.
Pushing it, just cannot push it enough. Check out the replay.
Kayla Blood either on the gas or off the gas. She gets a little sideways here and then does a pirouette in the air. Almost gets the save on those BKTs, but can't quite pull it out.
Solid score, though, 8.524. And next up, Camden Murphy in Bakugan Dragonoid out of Itasca, Illinois, with Ryan Anderson in the freestyle lead. Camden has no shot here at the event championship, but as we've been talking about all throughout the show, series points are on the line here. And with Ryan Anderson having the series points lead, Camden can get some of those back right here with a great run.
Every single point matters for Camden Murphy. He needs to stay in this points chase and also let Ryan Anderson know just because he's in the lead in this event championship doesn't mean that he can't steal more points away from him and doesn't mean he's not coming. If Camden Murphy can win on a freestyle high score, then that will let Ryan Anderson know next time he's coming to play and he's ready to go.
Started the night with a racing win. Has 2 overall event championships on the season. And now Bakugan Dragonoid threading the needle a little bit, coming to a slow roll up on 2 wheels. Big jump here, trying to make it a transfer jump, just hits the back 2 wheels across the cars. Full throttle here for Bakugan Dragonoid, right up in there, almost into a popper of a landing. My goodness, right into the container, the Morgan backflip. Camden Murphy avoided disaster there twice.
Yeah, he did. He got a nice little pop, almost did a little supercross step on, step off there. Oh, a big air, there we go.
And the Dragon Wings are flying on that one. And they're falling off as well. Camden Murphy, perfect landing, great truck awareness, but he is going to take a break here. Shut off, trying to get him refired. He's got his hands up in the air, asking what's going on, and it's the Dragon Wings that were flying high. They got to take them off.
Scott, they don't want the truck to fly away. I swear I seen him flapping in the wind on that air.
But that's going to halt his momentum now. He was building on this.
Okay, now you got to just get it back going. Do everything you can to stay on the throttle. This is it right here.
Wasting no time, goes right for the backflip. Morgan backflip. Camden Murphy lands it. He gets a moonwalk as well. Not a long one, but still enough. We'll see if it's enough to take the lead.
Combination move, nice 1-2. Get a good bounce and a save here.
Slinky off the berm now. Few seconds left here, trying to save it. Almost up on 2 wheels there. Gets control of the truck. Now continuing that throttle rhythm. Downshift over to the pod and flying up in the air, end over end. Eventually, it's got to come to a stop. And Camden Murphy pulls it off. What a run for Bakugan Dragonoid.
That's a freestyle run. The crowd is on their feet. Bakugan Dragonoid coming into the Morgan backflip. Gets those rear tires to bounce. Not quite the combination move we've seen from Ryan, but definitely a second best.
9.025 is the score. Very low there for Camden Murphy. I thought he had some great saves there. And the backflip. We'll take a look now at the current freestyle leaderboard. That run from Ryan Anderson tops them all. 9.598. Thunder Roars in second. Zombie in third. Bakugan Dragonoid fourth. And Velociraptor in fifth. We are down to the final 4 in freestyle. Stay with us. Monster Jam will be back after this. We are back with the conclusion of freestyle here in San Diego. And Chris Kohler and Monster Mutt during the break rolled over in the truck, couldn't find his rhythm, and a 4.873. And Joe Foley won't get back-to-back freestyle wins. He's going to roll El Toro Loco right here. Failed to get a score. So he goes from a win to no score, opposite ends of the spectrum there for Joey Freestyle. Let's continue on with freestyle. This is 5-time World Finals champion Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. All this talk tonight with Camden Murphy, Ryan Anderson. Adam getting a little lost in the shuffle, which is hard to do when you're Adam Anderson. He's had the series points lead now since probably round 2 of the season, and he's been able to hold that, but Camden Murphy has charged hard, stayed right there with him, and Ryan Anderson absolutely surging. What does Adam need to do to regain his composure here and try to retake that series points lead?
You know, for Adam, I really just think it's okay for him to stay in the shadows. Let Ryan and Camden duel it out, let them do their thing, and just make sure Adam Anderson is doing Adam Anderson's best. Get these freestyle wins, get good scores, lurk in the shadows, and wait for the right time to pounce.
4th place finish in freestyle last round at Snapdragon Stadium. Got 2 overall wins, 1 here, 1 in Anaheim. Almost comes up a little short, clips the back left BKT tire on the pod. Able to save it though, got momentum going here. Now comes off over the left side of that jammer. And again, up over the FMX ramp, huge air brake check and lands it down into a slap wheelie combo.
Adam Anderson is in a difficult situation because of Ryan Anderson right now. That freestyle that he did was absolutely amazing. And then you got it back to back with Camden, who did another amazing freestyle. And I felt like he kind of got a low score. So for Adam right now, he needs to come out with hopefully a top 3, and a big air like that should do it.
You can see that ragged edge Gravedigger style of Adam Anderson on those jumps. He continues his momentum no matter where he lands, no matter how high he bounces. He keeps his pedal to the metal. That is unfortunately going to stop the run. Take a look at the super glue. Glue to the action replay.
You can see he tries to cross thread right here, but he hits the side of that step up. Might have broke a 3rd member off the back. Ooh, that was a hard hit.
Our final competitor representing Team Scream out of North Jackson, Ohio, Corey Rummel in Megalodon. Corey tried to take a freestyle win here. Right now, let's check back in with our pit reporter, Leslie.
Guys, Corey Rummel told me that when you have an amazing freestyle in the prior round, that it's really hard to back it up. He said you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and then you got to go out there, do something extra big, and then hope the cards fall in your favor. He did tell me, though, that this dirt is very, very forgiving for freestyle, and it's going to help you with saves, so he's hoping that's on his side, too.
Thank you, Leslie. Finished 3rd here last round. Trying first, actually, would be great for Corey Rummel. It'd be his first freestyle win of the season. And now Megalodon on the near side of the track, wing back around. Great look at those red nitrogen shocks on that Rage chassis with the Megalodon body on it. Corey has embraced this Megalodon identity. He loves driving the truck. He loves driving the Shark because of all the fans that are already in that fan base that love Megalodon. Meeting those kids with the Megalodon t-shirts is one of the highlights of Corey's Monster Jam career. He always raves about how much he loves being behind the wheel of Megalodon.
Yeah, the fans here at Monster Jam are truly unbelievable, and they support Corey 100%. Oh, here's a... Oh no, Megalodon on its hood. A big jump, just an unforgiving bounce. Here he comes. You can see he's crab walking just a little bit. That rear steer was a little late to come back. Gets a bad bounce off the floor, gets on the side of those BKTs and ends up on the hood.
Here's our final freestyle leaderboard. Son of a Digger takes it with 9.598. Thunder Roar second, Zombie third, Bakugan Dragonoid fourth, and Velociraptor in 5th. Ryan's second freestyle win of the season earns him 12 more points. As we look at our final BKT overall point standings, he'll win this one with 35, one shy of perfection. Zombie in 2nd, Bakugan Dragonoid 3rd, Gravedigger and Velociraptor round out the top 5. For Ryan, it's his 3rd event win of the season, back-to-back here in San Diego. Let's go down to Leslie.
Yeah, guys, big night for this team. And, you know, Ryan, I was sitting by Bryce during your freestyle, and it sounded like he was giving you a lot of extra motivation out there to just push it a little harder to get this overall.
No doubt, man. Bryce has been in my ear. He's been telling me it's time to step it up in freestyle. We got to get wild. Never has Bryce been more able, more ready, and had everything together behind the scenes. So it's up to me now. I don't have nothing to worry about whatsoever. So he got me right before the run. He said, let me see something, and it absolutely made me go crazy. So without a doubt,
This dude is driving me to go nuts, man. I've kind of backed it down a notch, I'm not gonna lie. And it's in my own mind. I'm playing it safe. I'm still pushing it, but I'm playing it safe. He's like, no, dude, that's not what I'm here to do. That's not what all this hard work is for. So he's pushing me. I can't say that was the run I wanted to give him, but we're working our way that way.
San Diego was very good to Ryan Anderson. He wins 4 out of 6 competitions, both overalls. And most importantly, Adam, he leaves San Diego with the series points lead.
I'll tell you what, these competitors better watch out because Ryan Anderson is catching fire at the right time.
Next up for us, we head back to the East Series with 2 rounds from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. So be sure to join us. For Adam Entenap and Leslie Mears, I'm Scott Jordan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right here next time on Monster Jam.